Plaintiff Deborah Sheath thought she and the defendant had a good marriage, but 5 days before their son turned 13, the defendant disappeared. When Deborah finally tracked him down, she discovered he was having an affair with a 22-year-old. And then her son told her that the defendant had a baby with his mistress. She's suing her ex for unpaid medical expenses for their son. Defendant Jeffrey Sheath says he fell out of love with Deborah, and for the last 7 years of their marriage, he was sleeping on the couch. Jeffrey claims after the divorce, Deborah became vindictive, and he was discharged from the military because of Deborah's constant harassment.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Tell me what happened.
In 1990, Jeff and I were married, and our son was born the following year. The whole time we were married, I thought we had a good marriage, but in June of 2004, he had decided he didn't want to be married anymore and moved out of our marital home 5 days before our son's 13th birthday. He refused to tell anybody where he was living, refused to let anybody know his phone number. So I did some investigation and found out where he was living. I went to the address, and his 22-year-old mistress answered the door. And while we were talking, she confirmed that they had had an affair, and they'd been having an affair since 2002. Later that month, he took our son out for lunch. Unbeknownst to me, he brought the girlfriend along and introduced her to our son as his girlfriend, and dropped the bomb on our son that he had a baby with this woman. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, he left it to our 13-year-old son, who has a form of autism called Asperger's syndrome, to tell the rest of the family that he had had a baby with this woman.
Is any of this true so far? Why don't you give me some background?
It's not entirely true, Your Honor.
Tell me.
Yes, we were married for about 15 years. The last 6 or 7 years, there was not really a marriage there. It was a marriage convenience.
Why do you say?
Well, Your Honor, we never even slept in the same room. I slept on the couch for the last 6 or 7 years of the marriage.
Why?
Basically, there was no intimacy. I had no feelings for her, so I started sleeping on the couch by my own choice.
Did she say anything when you did that?
Not really, Your Honor. She was still receiving a paycheck from me, which is why she never really brought it up.
Is this true?
Yes, Your Honor.
You all are something. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Once I finally decided to move out, pretty much when the divorce was filed is when she became very vindictive towards me. I was in the military for a total of 15 years and basically discharged, mostly in part to her harassment, going in and talking to my chain of command, bringing up allegations, and just simply harassing them. And talking with my supervisors, they said basically it came down to it was easier to put me out than deal with her. When I did start having a new job, she found out where I was working and basically started harassing me at my new job.
Harassing you how?
Well, actually, she was starting to slander
Asking for her money?
She wanted her money, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, that's not
Yes.
harassment. That's collections.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand that. And once I was started with my new job, yes, I understand that. And she did start getting paid. But going around my apartment complex, posting flyers.
Let me see what you have. And ma'am, did you get him fired from
No,
the
Your
military?
Honor. No, Your Honor.
Because of he was cheating?
No.
Does the military even fire you because of cheating?
Yes, they could,
Because if
Your
that's
Honor.
the case, they can fire you for cheating.
They did
So
an investigation,
Bill Clinton
Your Honor.
should never have been in office then. I've never heard anything like that.
They actually did an investigation on that, and since they could not prove anything with that, Your Honor, they went to kind of nitpicking my job until they could have enough to...
Well, you had fired because of things related to your duties, not because of her coming there. Ma'am, did you put these flyers out? 2 beautiful children are receiving no financial support from their father.
Is that a website too?
In December of 2005, he received $30,000 after taxes and separation from the military. He did not use a dime of that money to pay his children's medical bills. For more details, visit myspace.com.
Your Honor, not my finest moment, but he had gone 9 months without paying any child support, and he had $30,000. I have bank statements here showing that he used that $30,000 to pay for internet porn, online gambling, casinos.
How do you know that?
These are his bank
Where
statements.
did you get these bank statements?
We subpoenaed them for one of our court hearings.
You still in divorce or
No, I
custody
have a divorce.
proceedings? All right, let me see your divorce decree. You're suing him for medical expenses. Let's get to those. How much in medical expenses are you alleging he owes?
Here's his medical expenses.
And this is $4 worth. Oh, $1,600. That's a lot of porno, sir. Go ahead, ma'am. And the medical expenses you're suing him for
They're-
emanates from what?
These are expenses from February 1st of 2006, after the divorce decree was entered, to December 31st of 2007. I have sent him multiple items of bills. And
What does the divorce decree say with regard to medical expenses?
for 2006, he was ordered to pay 44.25% after I paid the first $480. 07, it was 40.6%.
Sir, were you ordered to pay these amounts in your divorce decree, and have you paid them for 06 and 07?
Yes, I was ordered, Your Honor, and they have not been paid as of yet. And if I can elaborate, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
One of the things with my son's medical attention is he's seeing a therapist. And I have been in question all along as far as the legitimacy of this therapist. Come to find out, my ex-wife's divorce attorney is the son-in-law of his therapist. So
And?
I have not seen any legitimate bills or statements showing that she has actually paid her
But
portion.
you question, it sounds as if you're questioning the necessity of therapy.
I don't believe it is, Your Honor.
Where do you get your medical knowledge that it is not a necessity for your son to obtain health care services?
If it was due to his health, Your Honor, yes, I would. This is for psychology where his...
That is health, I promise you.
Yes, Your Honor. But I have had in the past where she faxed to my military office that he had suicidal tendencies, and it was basically
Did the
due to myself.
therapist say that?
Yes, that was from the therapist.
If he has suicidal tendencies or thoughts, you still don't think he needs counseling, sir?
Not through
What
that
do you
therapist.
think should happen when a person has suicidal thoughts? Think they should just get over it?
Going to that same therapist that helps to put those thoughts in his mind is not the correct solution.
You had,
Your Honor.
so the therapist wrote a letter saying, I'm putting suicidal thoughts into this client's head. That's the letter you got?
In the way that she had that letter written, yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. That's all I wanted to know. I think you are unreasonable, dishonest, and might need to visit that therapist yourself. I'm looking at evidence, and as you've suggested, you have not paid. Your only defense is that your son doesn't need attention for his suicidal thoughts. $2,516. You keep pursuing health care for your son and bring him back if he doesn't pay the next bill. All
Yes.
right? And we'll
Yes,
show
Your
the
Honor.
world who really needs some psychological treatment. Have a good day.
I hope he'll start spending more time with his son, and I hope he'll pay his medical expenses that he needs to be paid.
Oh, I'd like to spend time with my son also and not have to deal with her dragging me through court ever again.